The Colorado River roared through the Grand Canyon in the winter of 1928, cutting through the red stone walls like it had for millions of years. It was dangerous, unpredictable, and at that time, very few people had ever dared to travel its entire length by boat. But Glen and Bessie Hyde believed they could do it. They were newly married. Glen was only 29, tall and confident, an experienced outdoorsman who had spent years exploring rivers and wilderness. Bessie was just 22. She had grown up in Idaho and had little experience with dangerous expeditions, but she trusted her husband completely. Together, they had a dream: to become the first couple to successfully run the Colorado River through the Grand Canyon. There was another goal as well. If they could do it fast enough, Glen believed they might break the speed record for the journey. In October of 1928, they launched their wooden sweep scow onto the river. The boat was about 20 feet long, heavy, and built to survive rough water. Inside were supplies, blankets, food, and a camera to document their adventure. At first, everything seemed to go perfectly well. As they moved deeper into the canyon, towering cliffs rose around them like walls of ancient stone. The river twisted through narrow passages, churning with violent rapids that had destroyed many boats before them. Yet, Glen handled the scow skillfully, guiding it through dangerous currents. Along the way, they encountered other travelers and hikers exploring the canyon. Everyone who met them noticed how calm and confident they seemed. Bessie often smiled and spoke excitedly about the journey. She was even keeping a journal about their adventure. On November the 18th, they stopped at a place known as Hermit Camp. A photographer named Emery Kolb lived there. He had spent years documenting expeditions along the Colorado River, and he was fascinated by anyone tempting such a dangerous trip. Kolb spoke with the couple and photographed them standing beside their boat. The image shows Glen standing tall and confident, while Bessie smiles beside him. Neither of them looked worried. In fact, they appeared relaxed and optimistic about the journey ahead. Before they left, Kolb warned them about the rapids downstream. The Colorado River was growing rougher as winter approached, and the next stretch of river contained some of the most dangerous water in the entire canyon. But Glen wasn't concerned. He told Kolb they expected to reach the end of the canyon within a few days. That was the last confirmed sighting of Glen and Bessie Hyde. Days passed, then weeks. No one heard from them again. Eventually, searchers began looking along the river, fearing the worst. Colorado was known for swallowing boats and people without leaving any trace. But then, something strange happened. The boat was found. It was floating quietly downstream, caught along the riverbank. Inside the scow were their supplies, their blankets, and their food. Nothing appeared damaged. The boat hadn't been smashed by rapids or destroyed against the rocks. It looked almost as if it had simply been abandoned. But Glen and Bessie were nowhere to be found. No bodies were ever recovered. No clear signs of an accident were discovered. It was as if the couple had simply vanished into the canyon. Over the years, many theories have tried to explain what happened. Some believe their boat hit a dangerous rapid and threw them into freezing water, where the powerful current carried them away. Some others suggest they may have stopped along the canyon walls to explore and slipped while climbing the steep cliffs. But there is another possibility that has kept the mystery alive for nearly a century. A few years later, after their disappearance, rumors began to spread about a mysterious woman living in the canyon area. She called herself Bessie. According to some accounts, she claimed that her husband had died during the expedition. She had chosen to start a completely new life. The story has never been proven. Most historians believe Glen and Bessie Hyde likely died somewhere along the Colorado River, victims of the unpredictable rapids that still challenge explorers today. But without bodies, without witnesses, and without any clear evidence, the truth remains hidden somewhere in the depth of the Grand Canyon. And the photograph taken at Hermit Camp still exists. It shows Glen and Bessie Hyde smiling beside their boat just before they pushed back into the river. A moment froze in time, just hours before they disappeared forever into the canyon.